Hi there everybody, I'm David and I love Octopath Traveler 2. I have played through it with every single character, every single job combo, every single boss fight, and every single unnecessary side dungeon too. I've done it all. And after all that, I do feel completely qualified to rank all 8 of these travelers from worst to best. So here, we are going to be talking about their overall utility, their battle performance, their support skills, their path actions across both early and late game. I don't really care about their sob stories or anything else like that. All I care about is who kicks ass in combat, who's breaking the bosses, and who's just kind of like sitting in the back row eating glue while the rest of the team does all the work. So I definitely do think that this ranking is totally worth a sub, so come on in and join my party and level on up with me. Thank you so much for that, it helps me out a ton. And now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and deep dive into Octopath Traveler 2 with their characters ranked from worst to absolutely busted. First up and dead last, we have Partitio. I'm sorry, but as much as I love his charming southern gentleman vibes, as a character in battle, he's just bad. He has no multi-targeting attacks, no multi-hitting skills, and breaking enemies with him is just kind of like a nightmare. He does get fire magic, but that's not unique like Agnea's wind or Temenos' light. And his whole gimmick, spending money to, do anything at all, just sucks. His one saving grace is Arrow of Fortune, which does let him gain JP by attacking, so that is something, I guess. To be fair though, he does have a couple of strong support skills. Grows on trees for more post-battle money, boost start for an extra BP at the beginning of battle, and full power, which instantly fills your latent gauge. All of those are genuinely good, but everything else about him is just so situational. Combine that with his average stats, and you've got a charming salesman who continues the long tradition of, deadweight merchants in RPGs. Number 7, Ochette. This huntress is basically like a physical fighter just like Hikari, but worse in every way. Where Hikari masters swords and spears, Ochette leans on bows and axes. And while Hikari's latent power is super overpowered, hers is horrid. She can either do like a normal all-hitting attack, lower enemies' defensive powers, or do one powerful hit. That's it, and none of them are like particularly special. Her only decent support skill is more rare monsters, which does what it says, but even that isn't like some sort of game changer or anything. And she does get one good move, Precise Shot, which is a double bow hit for breaking weaknesses. And kinda like how Hikari learns abilities from villagers, she can learn skills from monsters, but only after capturing them, which is tedious and kind of random, whereas Hikari can pick and choose who he challenges. And then her path actions, the worst in the game. One lets NPCs follow you around for like no reason at all, and the other one lets you knock them out, but only if your captured monsters can kill them, not her. It's just so useless. Number 6, Temenos. As a character, I love the guy. I love him almost as much as Temenos loves Crick. Yeah, we know what's going on there. Also, his ability to blind enemies at night is very helpful, and it's another reason why fighting at nighttime is better than fighting during the day. And he's also the only character who can heal your entire party. But let's be honest, items can do that just fine too. His light elemental attacks are okay, and Mystical Staff lets him double hit and restore some SP, so that's pretty good. But stabs just aren't all that strong offensively. His support skills though, all garbage, and I do mean trash. Guiding NPCs is pointless, and his information gathering is the worst. Everybody else can just kind of like ask for the information, but not him. He has to fight them. Yeah, the cleric has to fight them. That's wonderful. Top that all off with like a pretty bad latent power that just reduces enemy shield points regardless of the attack type. Something that you might expect on, an attacker, not a support-focused healer. And Temenos kind of feels like a wasted opportunity. Number 5, Throné. Fighting at night is 100% the way to go when Throné is in your party. Her passive ability that increases experience points gains at night is great, and she also provides some solid buffs under the cover of darkness too. And while she can use both daggers and swords, Her attacks with them aren't really anything to write home about, and she doesn't get any multi-targeting skills either, though she can hit twice with her dagger while siphoning HP to heal herself, so that's pretty neat. All that being said though, her latent power is also one of the best in the game, letting her act twice in one turn, and that opens up some crazy utility, like double healing, double breaking, or a mix of both. Her path actions are wonderful too. While Agnea can steal at night, Throné can steal during the day. Then at nighttime, she can ambush NPCs and just knock them out cold without having to fight them, or poison them, or waste an item on them or anything else. Unfortunately though, her actual combat skill list is a little bit shallow, and then her stats aren't all that hot either. Besides Life in the Shadows and HP Thief, she doesn't have too many standout abilities, which puts her just a little bit lower on this list. Number 4, Agnea. Okay, we're in the top 4 now, the ones that you always kind of want in your party whenever possible. Because Dagger Dance that she has is absurd. It is an all-hitting dagger attack for just 9 SP, and she's also the only character with wind magic. Then, her Windy Refrain later on not only hits all enemies with that wind magic, but it also moves everybody up in the turn order too. It can really save your bacon in the harder boss fights. She can also buff both physical and magical attacks across the entire party if her overdrive is maxed out. And if you need to just kind of like break an enemy with the quickness, Ruinous Kick is here for that too. Her support abilities are top tier too, with Hard Worker being one of the only ways in the game to passively boost your JP gain. Then, every single time that she dances, she can call on a villager to help out, healing, buffing, restoring SP, you name it. It's like a free summon system. Her stats are super balanced too, so she can fit into pretty much any job that you want, physical or magical. And her path actions are excellent, recruiting villagers with great ability, and then entreating them for items, effectively, stealing, as long as you are high enough level. Number 3, Osvald. I really do like this guy. As a job class, it's the bomb.com, and as a character, he is the bee's knees. Just having him in your party, he can freely reveal enemy weaknesses, and his magical attacks are second to none. While only a few other characters like Agnea and Temenos get all-targeting spells, Osvald gets 3 all-targeting spells, plus the ridiculously overpowered Elemental Barrage. Elemental Barrage slams enemies with random magical spells, and whenever it's boosted, it can absolutely just melt the bosses. It's also a great way to quickly reveal multiple enemy weaknesses. Then, his latent power lets you concentrate a multi-targeting spell into a single targeting spell, which is also perfect for boss battles. His support skills are also top tier too. Evasive maneuvers is mandatory because it lowers your encounter rates. Extra experience, also mandatory, and it's also self-explanatory. And elemental augmentation boosts out your magical damage, which is a great fit for any different magic user. Outside of battle, he can scrutinize townsfolk for information, and at night, he can just straight up mug them for their items. So if you're not high enough level to just steal them outright with Agnea, Osvald's got you covered, because this guy takes no prisoners. Number 2, Castti. As an apothecary, you might assume that she's just kind of like a worse version of Temenos. After all, she can only single target heal, but her real value lies in her physicality. She's the highest HP in the game and some of the highest attack power too. Then there's her absurdly good support ability, restoring 30% of your HP and SP after every single battle. I highly recommend teaching that skill to every single party member. It's just for that pure quality of life goodness that it provides. Poison Axe is amazing in longer boss fights, dealing huge single target damage and poisoning them too to drain their HP over time. And then her latent power pretty much just kind of lets you do whatever you want. You can combine 2 items for free, buffing your party, healing them, SP recovery, BP recovery, you name it, she can do it. Outside of combat, she is great too. She can gather information from NPCs just by being the right level, and then she can knock enemies out even if she isn't the right level, which are both extremely handy and an easy way to get some endgame items on the quickness. And speaking of handy, only her and Agnea get multi-targeting physical hits, and while daggers and Agnea are kind of on the weaker side, axes and Castti are not weak, so when she can swing that thing across the screen and just wipe the floor with random mobs, she is spectacular. And finally, number 1, Hikari. With the tiniest, and I do mean tiniest, smidgen of effort, Hikari is easily the best character in the entire game, and he only gets better the further that you go. The reason for this is simple. He can hit with any weapon in the game. By challenging villagers, you can learn their special abilities and gain access to daggers, bows, stabs, you name it, he can have it, giving you constant ways to exploit enemy weaknesses. And this is key because those abilities don't suck like Ochette's do. Hers will deal like 30 damage, and his will deal like 6,000. It's ridiculous. Not only that, he has great physical stats and great survivability. His aggressive slash hits 3 times, while other basic multi-hits like precise shot and mystical staff only hit twice. And that's just his sword attacks. He can also buff both attack and defense, which is actually, useful. And he can even serve as a tank by inciting attacks and then countering them. His support skills are fantastic too, boosting your attack power, increasing your latent power gauge, and even breaking the 9,999 damage cap. And speaking of latent powers, his is easily the best in the entire game. It lets him unleash extraordinarily powerful limit breaks, sometimes even like one-shotting bosses. It's nuts! And so is he. The difference between having him in your party and leaving him to rot in the cafe is like night and day. So there you have it. Every single traveler ranked, judged, and publicly shamed where necessary. Some of them are like essential gods of war who can solo entire dungeons with a sneeze. And others, they try their best. And that's what really matters, right? No, it's not. Yeah, they have to be good. If you disagree, though, with any of these picks, let me know in the comments. I cannot wait for everybody to come on in and defend people, like Throné, because, she's sexy. But hey, y'all, if this video did help you out, please be sure to subscribe for some more helpful videos and smash that like button, because it does help me out a ton. And I'll see y'all next time. Have a good day.